Lots of folks excited that the weekend's now here. Now they're wondering, oh, how's the weather going to shape up for me?
Yeah, well, it's still those hit and miss style thunderstorms even into the weekend, but we can kind of say it's going to start to trend a little bit more coastal over the weekend. But for now, brush country being impacted, particularly Duval County. We are tracking some storms that are capable of producing even some pea-sized hail moving through Duval County. It does look like we're seeing a little bit less lightning right now there to the north and west of Benavides as these storms are approaching Freer. This first storm is kind of picking up, so that's going to pass likely on the west side of Freer, but this storm that is targeting Freer does show signs of weakening. Now, the problem with these storms is they're moving very slowly. So a lot of rainfall has fallen anywhere in this area, mostly north of Hebbronville and north of Falfurrias. But yeah, much of southern Duval County is under a flood advisory. Additionally, southern Jim Wells County and just off to the west there of Kingsville is under a flood advisory as well. Those are both until about 6:45 to 7:30. This one north of Hebbronville likely a little bit longer, closer to 8 p.m. As you look south toward the valley, storm activity is already starting to trend down. So the strongest storms right now are there into Duval County. They're going to slowly drift north. Overall, as the sun goes down, all of these storms should weaken. Here's a look at the latest radar estimates over the last 3 hours. We do have some pockets where we have seen around 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over a 3-hour period. As we continue, it does look like Duval County could see more flood advisories issued as this slow-moving system continues to just hang out in the area till the sun goes down. This area of low pressure is the reason for our storms, and further west especially, there's some drier air trying to mix in, which may help intensify some of those storms where the drier and the more humid air are mixing. But we've got a lot of water vapor in this area that's showing up in gray, and that's going to continue to help put us in with a chance of rain. Now, overall, I say don't cancel your plans, but there is a chance that we see some storms through about 9 o'clock this evening, but most of that does look like it stays west of Corpus Christi. And then again into tomorrow morning, we see a low 20 to 30% chance of storms throughout the day on Saturday. Now, at the beach, particularly Saturday, but also Sunday, we could see some near coastal storms that could impact your beach day. So I want to give you a heads up. Check the forecast before you head out. Check some of those beach cameras as well, and be prepared to maybe pack up pretty quickly if a storm does hit. Now, overall, these storms do look pretty weak. They're those pop-up style of storms. Lightning, likely your greatest concern. Also, tropical funnels, can't roll those out. Our winds are still fairly light. As we take a look at when high tide is, it's going to be in the morning around 10 o'clock. Those waves are going to be 2 to 4 feet through the weekend with a 7 to 8 second period, which was really nice if you made it out surfing today. I had a blast. As far as Futurecast goes, again, spotty activity mostly near the coast. Saturday morning, targeting more so Matagorda Bay. As we get into Saturday afternoon, we still have a chance for some pop-up activity, but overall coverage is looking less than it has been these last couple of days. Now, Sunday, I think the storm's very coastal focused, so that's why I'm saying, hey, be alert. If you're headed to the beach, you may wind up with some impacts. As far as Saturday goes in Corpus Christi, we're looking at highs in the 80s, winds overall fairly light out of the southeast. If you see one of those pop-up storms, your heat index values will stay in the 90s. If you don't, heat index values are going to get hot. Falfurrias around 108 on Saturday. Corpus Christi will be right there with you by Tuesday and Wednesday, but guess what? That means the brush country likely going to get even hotter. We're talking heat advisory criteria possibly being met next week. So heat danger becomes our concern. Right now we've got rain because of this upper level low, but it's going to move north. High pressure in the mid to upper levels starts to take over as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. That's going to intensify our heat danger. So in your 7-day forecast, here's the breakdown. Storm chances trend down. Heat trends up. It is looking fairly hot as we look ahead to next week. Your air temperature there in the 90s. Heat index values, as I mentioned, nearing 110. We'll call it 105 to 115 across the region. But overall, a low chance of rain and thunderstorms through the weekend.
All righty, Carly.